Dr. Ramlal, a psychiatrist at the UKZN here in Durban, South Africa. Dr. Ramlal, today is Brain Day, Brain Focus. We've come to witness you taking brain talk seriously and educating people and marching. Do tell us about this this event and what is it about and what awareness are you trying to bring through to the public?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. It has been Brain Awareness Week, and so we thought we'd focus some attention on the brain. It's an organ in the body that's very much neglected but critical for our health and well-being, and most importantly our happiness. And very few people actually realize how important brain health is for our wellness. So our students from UKZN, the neuroscientists under the guidance of Dr. Lishle Khulu, who's a senior neuroscientist at the campus, has arranged this walk to generate public awareness about the importance of looking after our brain. Because our brain health equates to good mental health. People are more familiar with mental health, but often with negative connotations of mental illness. But there are lots of positive things that we can do to promote our wellness of the brain, so we can enjoy good quality life. So basically, this is the purpose of highlighting the importance of us looking after our brains. A lot of attention is focused on physical health and going to the gym, etc. But the brain also needs to go to the gym and stay healthy and strong.
Well, specifically when it comes to professions and that, because you have some that are in high tense environments, like journalism, for example, like police work, for example. So speak to those professions that are highly prone to be stress related professions. How can those particular people avoid stress or maybe reduce stress?
Okay, we can't avoid. As I said, we can't control the things that happen to us. All right, if you're working as a policeman or as a journalist, you are exposed to certain occupational hazards and stress. But what you do have control over is how you react and how resilient you make yourself, and that is brain health. All right, so that's something you can invest in. If you look after yourself, you're going to take those things better in your stride. But given that as well, we can do the best we can, but sometimes there are overwhelming things that happen to us. You can have a major disaster, where man-made or natural disaster, which will overwhelm your resources. And those are the times where we reach out for support. People underestimate the power and the importance of getting support from other people. We are social beings. We live in a society, and to some extent, modern lifestyle has eroded that buffer and that support system. And we see that in people. We have nuclear families now. We live overseas, isolated from our families, our support structures, etc. And that makes us more vulnerable. So I would say one of the important things is wherever you are, whatever stresses you are exposed to, make sure you have support. And we also have here the South African Depression and Anxiety Group, which plays an important role in creating awareness, spreading knowledge, and providing toll-free helplines for people. If you don't have family around, you can pick up the phone and make a phone call, and there will be somebody at the end of that line who can just talk you through that crisis, provide you with the emotional support, and give you direction in terms of how you cope. A lot is about your coping strategies.
Speak to us about brain health. How can we preserve the stability of it that is still there, despite of all the pressure people go through out there? How can they preserve and keep it healthier on a day-to-day? Are there exercises? Is there something someone can take? What can they do to reduce the anxiety?
Perfect. I love that question because, as I said, people don't think about their brain health, and I believe it's the most important organ that we have. Fortunately, it's not requiring anything highly specialized or expensive. Good physical health also will translate to good brain health. So it starts with basic things. We eat healthy. Junk in, junk out. If we eat junk, you will notice the difference in your mood, in your concentration. I'm sure you've experienced it. Have a heavy meal of unhealthy, greasy food, and you're feeling tired and lethargic and you can't concentrate. There's the link between what you eat and how your brain is going to perform. All right. Exercise. People underestimate. They think a lot of the times you talk about physical exercise as only benefiting the body and you're developing abs and lovely muscles. But when you exercise physically, it's a tonic for the brain as well, because there's positive and good chemicals that are secreted that are also protective to the brain for any damage that are often exacerbated by stress, because when we stress, there are negative, kind of harmful chemicals that get released into to the brain, which impacts its functioning. So eating right, exercising, so it's physical exercise, body exercise, as simple as a thing as walking regularly, and stimulating the brain. So we go to the gym and work these muscles. How do we work the brain muscles? By stimulating it and using it. So everything that we do, fortunately, involves brain power. So reading, doing puzzles, communicating with people and socializing, engaging in a hobby, learning new things, learning a new language, all of these things stimulate the brain. And the more we stimulate it, the more we generate reserve. All right, so it's like that reserve tank in your car. The more we use our brains, the more healthy branches, like a tree, it develops, that creates resilience. So when we have stress-related damage, you have extra in the bank balance. All right, so literally use the brain, stimulate it, and those are the things that can happen. But also don't insult it. All right, so if you take, you do things that are detrimental to brain health, then you're going to pay the price. Smoking, drugs, alcohol is a toxin to the brain. Trauma. All right, so if you've been beating that brain up and there's trauma, it's also causing physical damage to that brain. So there's some of the things that we have to do to preserve and protect the physical health of that brain, so that we have good quality service from that well looked after organ.
Awesome. And last.
Stigma. What's your doctor? Early detection. Saves lives. Early detection. Saves lives.